So today's topic we'll be talking about client diagnosis. Do I have a marker? This series is a Discovery Masterclass series. The last series that we discussed was on mind shift. I hope I'm correct. So today we'll be talking about Discovery Masterclass. And as the name implies, this series is talking more about discovery. When you want to discover something is when you want to bend down to actually pick the point in the thing that you are looking at. Somebody will know. And then we'll be looking at client diagnosis. Client diagnosis. Okay. We also live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. I can't find the link. Please, somebody should forward the link. Okay, let's begin. First, let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we thank you. Thank you for this faithful day. Thank you because I know and as we venture into this discovery masterclass, you are going to help us to discover things that we do not know. When we apply these things that we have learned, we are going to excel in this real estate field that we find ourselves. Thank you because I know you have answered our prayers. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. Amen. So let's get to it. This class is for 1 hour or less. Mostly I'm going to do introduction because it's a series, it's not something that we are going to finish today. We'll be looking at client diagnosis. This is the first topic under this discovery masterclass. And then we'll be looking at secrets to closing big deals. And my first point here in client diagnosis is realtors must understand before presenting. One of the greatest mistakes realtors make is to assume that selling begins with presentation. What did I say? One of the greatest mistakes realtors make is to assume that selling real estate begins with presentation. It does not. That is the truth. Selling begins with understanding. Somebody say understanding. You cannot say what you don't know. You cannot say what you don't even understand. Are you with me? So the difference between an average realtor and a top realtor is not the person that speak better, it's the person that listen better. If you are good at listening in real estate, you'll be able to understand faster and you'll be able to close more deals. It is not about presentation because most realtors present something that they don't know, present locations that have not gone to, present documents that they have never verified. So therefore, realtors lose multi-million naira deals because what? They present plots, they present houses, they present price, payment method before discovering what the client truly wants. A doctor never prescribes medication before diagnosis. A lawyer never argues a case before understanding the facts. Likewise, professional realtors never present a property before diagnosing the client. Did you get what I said? Imagine you went to the hospital and doctor have not done any diagnosis on you, have not even done an examination on you, and they started prescribing medicine. You did not go to a church. If it is a church, you will say that maybe pastor, you saw something. You went to a place that you be physically examined and diagnosed. And upon walking in, probably you are physically you are okay, but you know that deep down you are not feeling okay. Doctor have not even asked you questions, no proper diagnosis, and doctor is prescribing drugs. Let me ask you, will you take that drug? Likewise, a lawyer that have not understand, this lawyer is yet to understand the facts of a case, and yet is there arguing about this case. What do you think that will happen to such lawyers? The judgment will turn on them. So therefore, real estate practitioners, professionals like us, should understand that you need to understand what your client wants. This is the center of client diagnosis, is understanding what your client wants. Did you understand? If you are diagnosing your client, that means you are checking what he or she wants. And what they want will actually guide you to provide them what they are looking for. I will always say this thing in our past class. Once demand meets supply, a deal is closed. Once you are able to identify the problem that your client is looking to solve and you bring in the solution, you have solved that problem and you have closed that deal. The golden rule here states that prescription without diagnosis is a professional malpractice. Did you hear what I said? Prescription without diagnosis is a professional malpractice. Because what are you prescribing? Eh? That is why you see people that once their client meet them, now I want to buy this property. Or what can you tell me about Bella Vista Estate? Then you rush to her to shout. It is 465 square meter. It is behind Chukwemeka Odumegwu University. Blah 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 blah. Assessment. The first thing you should do is client diagnosis. Okay, why are you going for this plot? Why do you think that you need this investment? What are you trying to protect yourself against? Know the problem before you prefer the solution. If prescription without diagnosis is professional malpractice, are you with me? If prescription without diagnosis is professional malpractice. You also agree with me that presentation without diagnosis is sales malpractice. Did you hear what I said? Should I repeat what I said? If you agree with me that prescription without diagnosis, without proper diagnosis, is a professional malpractice, you will also agree with me in real estate that presentation without proper diagnosis is sales malpractice. You are making a presentation without proper diagnosis. You don't even know the problem and you're making a presentation. It's just like somebody doing an academic project work. You are looking to solve a problem in the economy or in the society. How can you come out to defend your project when you have not solved any problem? That is my practice. So if you are doing presentation without diagnosis, that is sales malpractice. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope this topic is well explained so that we know what we are up against and what we are eager to learn. Now, at the end of this section, I believe that the people that are listening to me, both online and physical, should be able to understand the psychology behind the purchasing decision of their client. They should be able to diagnose their client effectively before presenting. They should identify the hidden motivation behind the property purchase that their clients want to make. Larger deals, they should be able to close larger deals through strategic questioning. It is the strategic questions that you ask your client that is going to form the basis of your diagnosis. Then they should be able to position themselves as trusted advisors rather than sales person. Let's consider the first thing. Why most realtors fail. Reasons for failure. Reasons for failure. The first thing and the most important thing, the reason for failure is wrong process. Say wrong process. Wrong process. Now, what are the wrong process? You meet a client, especially online, and the client asks you about the property, and the first thing you rush to do is to send the flyer of that property immediately. Say wrong process. Very wrong. You are yet to discuss a certain thing. You are yet to understand what this person is looking for, and you are sending price list. Wrong process. Somebody is telling you that they want to invest in real estate, and instead of you to ask them about the locations and the important things, you are sending flyers and price list. Wrong process. Wrong process has cost many realtors because they don't really understand the ways to go about this diagnosis. And that is why this topic is very, very important that we learn. That is why we are making it available. And it's a service, it's not something that is ending today. Wrong process. You'll be asked a question, and instead of you to dismantle that question and bring out the necessary answers to that question, you are rushing to send the flyer. If you are sending a flyer, that means you are not an advisor. Do you understand? That means somebody just asked you a random question and then you sent a flyer. The person should go and do all the research by that. What's not the need of having you there? What's the need of answering a real estate consultant when nobody is consulting? Are you with me? Wrong process. What are the things to do? Once a client comes, the first thing that needs to be done is diagnosis. Once you have done the diagnosis, you discover the motivation, understand their fears, confirm their financial ability, present a solution, and close your deal. Did you hear what I said? The way to avert the wrong processes that people are going. I said, once a client come on board, you do what? You do a client diagnosis, which is what you are talking about. Then you are going to discover their motivation. You are going to understand their fear, what they are actually afraid of. So people are falling into wrong hands while dealing in real estate. Their previous experiences, some news that they have heard, and they don't want that thing to repeat again. And they are telling you their fear. What you need to do is to understand their fear so that you can be able to do what? To close this deal. After you have understood their fear, you confirm their financial ability. Then you present your solution. That will be the time you start telling them about the packages that you have, the locations that you have. Is somebody with me? Welcome. Now, the golden rules of sales. The golden rules of sales or the sales principle. This is not the first time that I'm saying that people don't just buy land. Understanding client diagnosis, you need to know, I'm saying it out, that people don't just buy. What do they buy? They buy security, they buy status, they buy freedom, some buy legacy, some buy profit, some buy peace of mind, some buy financial growth. Did you hear me? I said some buy security, some buy status, some buy freedom, financial freedom, some buy legacy. There are legacy projects that you buy to stand the test of time. Some buy profit, people that do land banking. Some buy peace of mind, people that have been wounded before by previous real estate transactions. And they come in and they're telling you that where I need now is where I will buy, I will have peace of mind. Not where I will buy. Tomorrow I will hear that this person is dragging the land. Tomorrow this person is dragging the land. Some also buy financial growth. So you are not just selling the plot, you are solving problems. Are you with me? You are not just selling the plot, you are solving problems. What are the problems that you are solving? What people want to buy. You are solving security problem. You are solving status problem. You are solving freedom problem, financial freedom. You are solving legacy problem, people that want legacy. You are solving profit problem, people that will buy and sell later. You are solving peace of mind problem. You are solving financial growth problem. So when we see ourselves and we pride ourselves as people that help other people financially, this is what we mean. Because we help you to guarantee the future. Now there is a model that we will look at. This model is what is guiding the client diagnosis. It is called GAP. It is called GAP. client diagnosis. You know that this is a diagnosis, and in a diagnosis, you have processes. This gap method, it is going to help us to understand better what to do, how to do, and when to do what we have to do. Do you understand? The gap is an acronym: goal, ability, and pain. If you understand these three things about your client, you'll be able to say that you have done proper diagnosis. Do you understand? You'll be able to say that you have done proper client diagnosis. We'll talk about the goal, we'll talk about the ability, and we'll talk about the pain. For today, we'll look at the goal. In our next class, we'll continue with ability, pain, and so forth. The first question, when you are talking about goal, when you are doing a client diagnosis on your client, is what exactly is your client trying to achieve? What exactly is your client trying to achieve? That is the summary of this goal. Every client has either a visible goal or a hidden goal. It is left for you, the realtor, to find out what is their goal. The goal can be visible. You can ask them a direct question and they tell you, this is what I want, this is what I want to achieve. There's some other people who tell you that they don't really know what they want to achieve. But in the process of discussion, you find out that you get to know what they want to achieve by buying real estate. Some people might have visible goals, like I want to buy land for tomorrow. I want to buy a land where I will build a residential house. I want to buy a land where I will build shopping mall. One of the importance of running the gap experiment on your client is so that you understand the purpose of their investment. Are you with me? Because if you don't understand what they are looking for, you will not give them what they want. Somebody that is looking for a place to build plaza, and you are taking the person to a place that will do land banking. Do you think that this client will take you serious? I told you, get me a land where I'm going to build a shopping mall, and you're taking me to where I need to wait for 5 years before I start building. So some people have visible goals. Can be to buy this land and keep it. Could be to buy it and build immediately. It could even be to buy a house, not a land. It could be to invest. I don't want this money to depreciate in the bank. I need to put it in a system that grows money. Remember, real estate is a system that grows. What did I say? Real estate is a system that grows money. So instead of you keeping your money stuck in a sector that is not moving or that is depreciating your money, you put it into real estate, a sector that grows money. Show me billionaires and I will show you how many people that are fully into real estate. Most of them made their wealth through real estate. Some might have hidden goals. What are the hidden goals? Some people might be looking for financial freedom. Some people might be looking for what? Financial freedom. To some people, it might be retirement security. I need to buy this land now because in the next 25 years, I am going to retire from civil service. In the next 15 years, I'm going to retire from civil service. I don't need to stay and wait for my pension or gratuity. If I buy this property now, selling it in the next 15 years, it is going to give me a retirement benefit. I know of a man, I know of a man that has been successful all through his life. He has trained his children. Three of his children are abroad. One is a medical doctor. And the three children are not planning to come back. And this man has properties littered everywhere. When he retired, do you know what this man does? Every year he picks one of his properties, sells it, and enjoys his life. That is his retirement plan. As big as it is, he does not need to wait for the children to say, Ngwa, daddy, you are now old, you are not working. Ngwa, see this one. Who said that we cannot enjoy from beginning of the time to the ending of the time? So most of our clients, some of them have this hidden goal of retirement security. To some people, it is family legacy. I want my family to own this property so that when I'm no more, my children can see properties. Some people, it is prestige. To some people, it is wealth creation. And to other people, it is fear of future poverty, fear of uncertain tomorrow. In one of our teaching, I said tomorrow is very, very uncertain. So it is one of the factors to consider under the goal structure, the fear of future poverty. Like this that it is. Nobody knows how tomorrow is going to be. Nobody knows how 2027 is going to be. Nobody knows how second tenor of Tinubu is. I'm not saying it's going to be, but who knows? Nobody knows how 2027 is going to be. So some people are preparing now. Some people have prepared 5 years ago. Some people have prepared for this 10 years ago. And this is also a wake up call to anybody that have not yet prepared. Now is the time to prepare. What are the questions you ask when you are looking at the goal of the client? The first question, these questions are important. It will help you to bring out the goal and help you in proper diagnosis to be able to close the deal. What are you hoping this investment will do for you? It's a very powerful question. When somebody is telling you that they want to invest in real estate and they meet you as a real estate consultant and you ask them a question, what are you hoping that this investment will do for you? Keep calm, listen, and allow them to talk. The second question, why is this investment important to you? What is the importance of this investment? The third question, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Now, this where do you see yourself is a very important question that you should ask your client. They will give you where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Just say 5 years. It will be a missed answer of understanding that the economy is not getting better and they need to position themselves very well so as not to suffer. What inspired you to start looking into real estate? I believe you self can answer this one, but you allow them to answer. What inspired you to start looking into real estate? Most answers we get is financial freedom. Real estate success, what does it look like to you? What do you call success? Is it when your land have appreciated? Or is it when you have successfully built your house on your land? These are the few questions that you should ask your client. When a client say, I want to buy a plot, people that would give wrong process, as I said before, we rush and say we have plots of 5 million, we have the one of 2.5, we have this place of 30 million. The best professional response to that question is excellent. What are you hoping to achieve through this purchase? When somebody tell you, I want to buy a plot, the first question that you should ask the person is, What are you hoping to achieve through this purchase of this land? It is there that you then discover that either nurture maybe a passive income or a retirement security, as we have said, or the person is looking to relocate. You might be here now, and some of our South African brothers or our Nigerian brothers in South Africa. South Africans are not our brothers, they are telling us to go. You might have family or friends in South Africa and they are looking to come down here to reside. And this person opens up and asks you, I want to buy a plot. Instead of you to begin to ask them, what do you tend to achieve? What is your plan? Why do you want to buy this plot? Your first guess is to rush and tell them we have we have Rubicon 5 million, we have Emirate 5.5, we have why? You ask them a question. What are you hoping to achieve? And then you allow them to give you explanation of what they actually want, what they are looking for. Are we together? Are you learning? Once you have established this, you have known what to say. Because when your client explains to you why they want to do what they want to do, they have made everything easy. They have given you the answer that you are looking for. You now know what your client wants. And once you know what they want and give them what they want, a deal is made. I don't think before. Once you know what they want, which is demand, and you give them what they want, which is supply, what have you done? You have closed the deal. So therefore, when demand meets supply, a deal is closed. Is somebody understanding what I'm saying? It is very, very important that you understand. What did I say? It is very, very important that you understand. Understand what your client is looking for. And you need to know that no diagnosis equals to no presentation. If you have not done proper diagnosis, if you have not thoroughly dealt with this, it's supposed to be the gap system. If you have not done thoroughly the gap method, you don't do any presentation here. Are you with me? You don't just rush into do presentation. Because if another person takes their time to use the gap method on your client, this is when you find out that you say, I chatted him, I sent him our flyers, and he did not reply again. And then after 2 months, you meet this person. I told you, oh, sorry, oh, another person chatted me and I bought from the person. That means the other person that closed that deal understood what the client was looking for. Some people don't need to see a flyer. Some people just they need is explanation. Some people what they need from you is the location. Some people what they need from you is I need a property close to school. And then you present the properties that you have close to school. And you can't do this without knowing what they want to achieve with that property close to school. Did you hear me? You cannot do that. So asking the right questions help you to understand properly what your client is looking for. And once you ask question, you do what? Listen. Talking with your client is not a time to show yourself. You can show yourself on camera. You can show yourself everywhere. You can show yourself anywhere, but not in front of your client. Especially when you are having the discussions first. Your first discussion with your client should be you listening more than talking. Ask the right question, slide back, listen, come back with the answers, and you have gotten that client. You understand what I'm saying? No discovery, no proposal. If you did not understand what your client is looking for, anything you give them, they can't go with it. The truth is that, let me just tell you the plain truth. The plain truth is that some of the clients that we have, let me bring down my voice. Some of the clients that we have, they don't even know what they want, but it's not their fault. You understand? It is not their fault. It is you as a realtor that need to put in a purpose in their mind also. Somebody understand what I'm saying? To some people, now it's my sister that is dragging me to buy this land. To some people, my friend just bought land. I want to also buy. That is not even a reason. But it is realtors that will form a reason for them. Where will you do this thing? In the process of knowing the goal. If they don't have a goal, you use your hand to fix in a goal for them. What are the goals? You use your hand to explain to them, okay, since it's your sister that is telling you, that means your sister knows better. And your sister knows that real estate investments are good investments. And this location your sister is telling you to buy, or this company your sister is telling you to buy from, they have integrity. This location that your sister is telling you to buy from, this and this and this and this and this are the things applicable in this location. These are the things that you start to get. If it's a property that is close to school, one day you might build a lodge. Even if you don't have the capacity to build a lodge, one day you will sell it to somebody that wants to build student hostel. Do you understand why having that proper conversation is important and asking the right questions? Because it is not all your clients that are coming to you with purpose that they really know what they want to buy or why they want to buy. Some people are just pushed. Some people, this money enter their hand and they don't really want to spend it and they're looking for where to put this money. This is their reason. They are looking for where to do, to invest the money. To some other young people, they want to answer investors. So you give them chance to invest. Do you understand? No understanding, no sales. If you don't understand, there is no point selling. The worst thing that can happen to you is when your client asks you a question that he feels that you should know and you do not come up with the answer. You know, you like you that two blind people cannot read this. You understand? So you should know enough to be able to sell enough. If you don't understand enough, you cannot sell. That is why the first thing I said is understand before you present. If you don't understand, you should not present. So that you will not go and be talking rubbish to somebody that started buying real estate even before you are born. One of the sweetest real estate deals that I closed is people that started buying properties even before I knew what was real estate. Because once they agree to buy from you, that means they are seeing something that they have not seen for the last 15 or 20 years that they have been buying property. How can you go to, in your mind, you feel that this person does not know anything about property, but this person is a landlord. Were you there when he bought the land? Were you there when he built it? And because he has some cash that he still wants to put back into real estate, and he's asking you few questions, and you cannot So you need to understand enough so that you can be able to sell enough. No understanding, no sales. So this is a wake up call for me. Part of the understanding before you sell is knowing about the properties that you market, realtors. What did I say? It is knowing the properties that you market. Part of the understanding that you need to do before you present to your client is knowing the properties that you want to present. How well do you know the terrain? What and what do you know about that location? Somebody is selling Oka 2.0. What and what do you know about Oka 2.0 that somebody should be able to listen to you? What government projects do you know that are coming in there or that are already there? What are the locations of the government projects there? Before you can even pride yourself to go and present that. Most people market property, you just see somebody posted flyer, next one they are reposting the flyer. They don't even know anything about it. And tomorrow they will claim I've been in real estate for 2 years. I'm not. What do you know about where you are marketing? Nothing. And most realtors will call for inspection and they will not be there. They have not even gone to the place. And probably the place is not even a table land and you are there shouting for your client. It's a table land, it's a table land. And you are getting to the place. You are seeing that. You know. But if it is a place that you have gone to, if it is a place that you have experienced, you can be able to tell your client, okay, well, this property is behind the Chukwemeka University. You can go through the school. You have multiple routes. The day we went there, we went in through this one, we left through this one. There are multiple places, and all these places are accessible. Why are you talking like this from experience? Because you have gone there. This is just number one. Number two, what and what do you know about the place? Or is it just to come out and shout 450 square meter, 465 square meter? That's not it. So you need to understand and ask the right questions. The problem is that most realtors don't even ask the developers or the estate companies questions. Only very few. It is not enough that you have gone for physical inspection. You yourself as a realtor, you must be convinced first. And in your conviction, that is when you understand more things about the location. Am I making sense? Most people don't ask questions. And that is why when their clients ask them questions, they don't even know what to reply. I can understand if you are a newbie in real estate, you don't have all the answers. But when you see somebody that have said that I've been in real estate since last year, I've been in real estate for the past 2 years, and your client asks you a simple question that you should have answered with your experience if you are experienced. But you did not give the answer. And why is that? Because you did not even put your mind into the business. Somebody posted flyer, you are in the group, and every day we are bombarding it, and you are there. Somebody is smiling. How many people are guilty in this place? Yeah, you wake up every morning and you go to the group, and then some people don't even read the write up that is accompanying the flyer. They just press forward, yeah, status, one way, and that is the truth. And then you see some people from my status and they don't already reshare something that they don't even know about. I posted a property few days ago. I posted a property few days ago. It's a terrace duplex going for 90 million at Agoka. Nobody asked me question. I'm seeing people reposting. No questions. Who is we? So you just see something and you are reposting. No questions asked. You did not care to know. You did not even care to ask me which documentation. You did not care to know which side of Agoka. You just reposted. It's the same thing. That is why this teaching is here. Oh, that is the same thing that we are saying. So Let it not be as if what I'm saying is something that people don't do. They're just waiting to see property on somebody's status and they will share. No questions, nothing. And this thing is eating deep. And a client will chat you up for that question and you'll be calling me to answer. And probably that time I'm in a meeting. I cannot take that call. Then you lose your client because you did not give the client prompt reply. So before you post, please understand. No, repent today. Tell yourself I repent. Understand before you present. Realtors, understand before you post a post. You're supposed to add post here too. Post and repost. Understand before you post and repost. Ask questions before you post so that you will know. You will know and you will arm yourself. When somebody is asking you question, before you see before you see that thing on my status, I have asked the necessary questions because I know that questions will be fired back at me if a client is interested. Are we together? Did we learn anything? Did we learn something? Even if you did not learn from all these things, and you picked something from Go, you picked something from any question, any question, both from people watching online and people present. Okay. High density is a place that you have houses. Yes. What should I use? Should I use this local business district is high density, the population. Then low density Bako, it's scarcely built. You see enough space. Mm. Mm. You want to make inquiry of that particular property or the location. You ask, that is where due diligence come in. You understand? You are Googling in the center. You can Google Oka 2.0. Let me use that one as an example to know things about that place. But if it is not a place that is attracting so much, you need to actually go down to that location to know what that is happening in that location. What is the next thing that is happening here? What are we expecting in this community? If it is in Amansi, what is that community known for? That particular place, not the whole of Amansi. That particular community where that property is. What is that place known for? What do they do more? Are they into farming? Do they have a masquerade group? How is their youth like? Are they all these village people that have mad people that call themselves village people? What is the main thing that is happening in that location? Then you check the people that have the property, the family that have the property. Are they having misunderstanding? Are they in peace? What are the family even known for? There are some families that are known for dubious acts. If it's a location that is attracting something from government, you also know what government is bringing into that place. Is there a school? Is there a road? Just things that will keep you updated, things that your regular clients don't know. When you feed them, they not say, are you serious? That means you know this place very well. Say, yes, that's part of what I do. You understand? Any other question? No other question. All right. We'll continue next week Thursday. When we come next week Thursday, we'll look at ability. Ability is talking about both financial ability, what your client is capable of doing. Like I said, this thing, this gap method or technique is what you use. By the time your client have gone through this, you have known their pain. You organize the property that will suit what they are looking for. Then you close your deal. Okay. Thank you very much for your time today. I'll be seeing you next time.